This is a public service announcement, and I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible and without crying. I have been taking care of my mom, who's been in the hospital since August the 23rd. She went in through the emergency department because her stomach was hurting and she was throwing up. That ended her on life support with 24 hours to live. She is still here with us and fighting for her life every single day. I am her sole caregiver outside of the hospital. As in sole caregiver, I mean I am at the hospital every single day. And although the nurses are doing their very best, sometimes I go up there, she's still sitting in a pool of her own bodily fluids because they're overworked and busy. So I ensure that I'm up there every day to assist the nurses and to ensure that my mom is not going to get bed sores or things like that. Washing her hair, clipping her toenails, making sure she's got lotion on, rubbing her legs, literally everything. My phone rings nonstop because it's the hospital or her caseworker or social workers or family members just checking in. Nonstop, my phone rings. I am also handling all of her finances, her rent, mortgage, her car payments, car insurance, literally everything falls on me. I am the youngest of 3 siblings. My oldest brother lives out of state, and my oldest sister has passed away. And I would do this 10 times over. I'm going to take care of my mom. That's not a question. And I want y'all to know, some of you don't have what my mom does. You don't have a me. You don't have a child that will sacrifice their entire lives for you. I have depleted all my time at work. I'm about to have to take a leave from work to take care of her if they send her home. And I'm only going to get paid 85%. Like, literally, I'm taking a hit across the board. Some of y'all don't have a child that's willing to do that for you. And then to make it even worse, my mother is married. She has a living, breathing, healthy husband who is incompetent on all fronts. If it was not for me, this man would be homeless. He didn't know where they pay their rent to. He doesn't know how to do anything. He has no idea. I had to file a complaint with the hospital today because they need to put a better rotation in place so that my mom is not laying soiled. And I was like, I work and I can't take off work anymore. So I'll get up there at 4 when I get off to talk to the doctors. And most of them are gone by the time I get there. Her husband was in the room with all 3 of her doctors today and could not formulate a decent conversation to get to the bottom of things that I needed to get to the bottom of. So everything has to wait until I do it. They removed his name as her proxy and left it to me because he can't make decisions. Do not settle. Be with someone who's competent and can take care of you in times like this. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. They're both in their 60s. So some of this I would have been doing anyway because he's just elderly, technically. But being able to have a conversation with your wife's doctor about her care and your concerns is not something that I would have had to do. Literally everything. I don't think I would be doing everything. I feel like as her spouse, he should be at the forefront and I should be assisting him. But instead, I'm at the forefront and he can't assist me because he's incompetent. So I know all these messages out here like, oh, give somebody a chance or settle for this or you got to settle for that. Don't. Because even something simple as if my mom wasn't married, there are things I would not be doing. Like when I say I have to care for my mom, I dually have to care for her spouse that I don't even like. We've never had a great relationship. However, I am simply a decent human being. And he literally needs help with his own day-to-day stuff that my mom used to do for him. And now I have to do it because my mom is busy fighting for her life. I have an amazing family. I have an amazing support system. My aunts and uncles, my mom's brothers and sisters will literally step in and help me at any given turn. However, there are just some things they can't help me with because they'll help me to their capacity. But as far as decision making, as far as a lot of this, it's just on me. And like I said before, A lot of y'all don't have a me. You're not going to be healthy forever. You're not going to live forever. Y'all got to be good to y'all kids. Like, y'all be on this app for real, like boomers, Gen Xers. I don't gotta do this. I did this. I beat their ass. I did all this. And you think they would make the sacrifice that I'm making for my mother, for you? You would expect them to do this for you after you've trashed them their entire lives? This is too big an ask of a child you've trashed their entire lives. This is too big an ask. And then to make a poor choice in a spouse to top it off. My mother is lucky and blessed that she made it up to her children when she did. Because yes, I would do this again. I'd die, I'd be reincarnated and do it again. I'd rub her legs, rub her feet, do her nails, and anything else she needs. But I really wish that I had the support. Many a days, this past 2.5 months, I envy my brother because he got to be the one to move away first. But I find it important to note that he recently relocated to another state. So he's been there less than 6 months. He is at probationary period still on both of his jobs. He's just not in a position to be able to travel back home. And our current philosophy is no point in burning the candle at both ends. So since I'm here, I burn my end first. And then when I exhaust everything I have here, hopefully my brother will be in a better position to come back more frequently or for a longer duration of time to help me. But I mean, this is just the hand that I was dealt. He doesn't have any. As I stated in the previous video, me and him have a not great relationship. I don't care for him. I don't like him. He has no relationship with his own family. He's just not a nice man. He is not a nice person. He has no one. He does have a child who is mentally disabled and in a facility. So, and that's his only biological child. He has no other family. I am tasked with assisting him out of proximity almost, if that makes sense. So, like, I continue to pay the bills in the house because I don't want my mom to lose her stuff or her home or her shelter. He just so happens to live there. And by me continuing to maintain those things, he continues to have a place to stay, if that makes sense. So it's simply because he's attached to my mom that I too am also helping him. It's out of proximity. It's because that's her husband. Like, and they're connected in those things. So as I take care of those things, I in turn take care of him. Again, it was her bad pick at a spouse, and now I'm stuck with it. Thank you everyone for the kind words, especially those who have lived this, are currently living this. Y'all got a special understanding of what I'm going through. But I don't need any sympathy. Don't feel sorry for me at all. It is an honor to care for my mom. I am exhausted as hell, but it is an honor to care for my mom. I can't possibly repay my mom for all of the things that she's done for me. But in this season of my life, I'm going to give it a good damn shot at trying. I'm also blessed to be in this position. I did a stint on financial stability a while back. And what is all that for if I can't show up and help when needed? Like, what is all this work I've done to be financially stable, to do all this, if I can't help no damn body? I am blessed that I am in a position to be able to help my mom to the capacity that I am. I am, however, extremely pissed that the man who vowed to be with her for better or for worse is not here. Like, that is pissing me off. And that's really the point of the videos. My mom took care of this man. Like, he was sick like a year ago. She slept in the hospital parking lot. She never left his side. She advocated for him. She got him transferred. Like, yo, she showed up for him. And it's pissing me off that he's not showing up for my mom in the same way. Although I probably still would have stepped in and did all of this. That should have been my choice. I should have been like, nah, take a back seat. I got this. Not as a requirement because you just, and it's so much more to the story that makes me angry that I'm just not even going to disclose. But I am mad about this. Like, bro, you could have left my mom single. Give my mom back. Give her back to me if you're not gonna do what you're supposed to do. You ain't had to marry her. You could have left her with her kid. So for the older men who are dating these women in their 50s and 60s, y'all don't understand. When my mom got married, I'm like, all right, cool, you got her. You got her, right? And then I could have easily moved away like my brother did and just lived my life because you vowed to have her, bruh. And you don't. And you don't. Y'all can't just be marrying these women and we assume y'all got them and you don't. You don't got them. When you marry somebody, that mean I got you. You vow to have them for better or for worse in sickness and in health. I didn't make that vow. I was born into this death row contract with my mama. I didn't voluntarily vow to do this like he did. So again, don't feel bad for me. I'm just venting and I'm angry about the whole situation. But I'm blessed to be able to be here for my mom. And I hope I'm setting an example for my children that we don't build ourselves up to this capacity. Like my daughter's in nursing school right now. Like I built myself up. But it's not to look down on anybody. It's so that I can look back and help my family, my mom, my kids. So hopefully I'm setting an example for my daughters and my son that when we build ourselves up like this, it's so we can take care of the people that helped us get here. It ain't so that I could pop trash and be like, oh, I got this and I got that. It's for this reason right here, right now, that I can help my mom. The one who helped me get all this shit I got now. She took care of my daughter the whole 4 years I was in college. My daughter lived with my mom. Like, I wouldn't have none of this shit if it wasn't for my mom. So, of course, I'm absolutely going to give back to my mom. And I don't never want my mom to be sick. I don't never, ever, ever want to. And it's an aspect to just seeing your parent like this that just tears you up. That's exhausting in itself to watch them be sick. That is a draining, exhausting, sad experience. And if you've never been through this, I wouldn't wish it on you. To just watch somebody you know is so strong and cares for everybody be this vulnerable, be this sick, be fighting this hard. Bruh, that is an exhaustion unbeknownst to anybody. I could sleep 24 hours just thinking about the suffering of my mother.